Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And today we have to talk about it, Americans. Are you prepared? Financial independence ASAP. And welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. Stop Struggling Now gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you so much for being here. Please share the videos because you never know who you're out here being able to help, because there's a lot of people drowning in debt, drowning from living paycheck to paycheck with almost no way out. Notice I say almost. There's always a way out, ladies and gentlemen. It might be painful, but there's always a way out. So, what are we talking about? Are you paying attention to all of the numbers? I am not talking about the stock market because that is based on how the corporations and the wealthy are doing. It has nothing to do with Main Street. That would be you when you're roaming around the city going to get your mocha latte at Starbucks, when you're running around saying, I want to get this fast food or I want to go shopping and all that, that Main Street. Going to the grocery store, the gas station, that Main Street. We don't care about corporations. They sell to us. They are making profits. And they receive special tax breaks and tax cuts and subsidies, which you do not get. You're the giver, they're the takers, and you pay what the market bears. Again, are you ready? Are you prepared? What happens if you lose your job? What happens if the stock market crashes? It's not unheard of. There's a lot of pressure on our economic system right now. It's trying to be broken on purpose because the only people that can win in that system are those who have assets and those who have money already. 80% of this population in the United States is living paycheck to paycheck. So all it takes is a week or two of layoffs, no compensation, and now all of a sudden you're going to be behind on your bills. Just like that in a month, because a lot of people do not even have $1,000 in their bank account. That would be 70% of the population. So therefore, it collapsed at epic proportions for lower, middle, and upper middle classes. Americans, are you prepared? That's what we do here. We get you prepared, ladies and gentlemen, because you have to be the CEO of your life. And where do you go get this gear? StopStrugglingNow.com. So I want to know what you guys think down below in the description box. Please, the chat room is open as well. So let me know what you guys know or what you think you may know. And are you prepared? How do you get prepared? We always have solutions here. We're not going to leave you hanging. Make sure you have that pen, pad, and paper ready. All right. First things first, we have a lot of people who are entrepreneurs. Stop struggling now. If you want to start a business, it's high risk, high rewards. I do not, I do not suggest that at this moment. If we're talking about something else, such as buying into a business, then you know one of the sites I like is Biz Buy Sell. BIZ, buy, BUY, sell, SEL.com. A myriad of businesses that already exist, and you know what the profits are. So, day one on any investment, you know if you're making money. So, why go blind? If, could, should, woulda from a startup when you know you could put money into something and have money coming back immediately and you control it? Or you get a team that controls it. Either way. But the point is, are you going to be prepared if there is some sort of financial distress in your life? And it's coming. There's no way around it. You have 1 year, 4 months, ladies and gentlemen, to get your acts together. So, what I want to do first is make sure you have your pen, pads, and papers handy. You just never know what we're going to talk about. And since we have our own entrepreneurs in the house, we try to help whenever we can. So let's go down to beachfront Java and tea. Beachfront Java coffee is good for you, actually, in moderation. And so, premium blended beans from Indonesia, South America, Central America, and Africa can't get much better than that. And that's what Beans Beachfront Java uses. So use the promo code SSN Lifestyle, all one word, all caps. When you go order, notice I said when, you got to show some love. You go whole bean, fine ground, drip ground, and Keurig, so you have no excuse. You can't run and hide. And if you don't like coffee, then there's premium tea, fresh Ziploc bags, whole beans. I will say again, a lot of people like whole beans. Fine ground for you espresso lovers. Drip ground for you guys that are at the office or at home getting ready in the morning. And Keurig for all those that like special blends where they can just pop it in, push it down, and let's roll in a few minutes. Either way, go to beachfrontjava.com, support our own Professor Auntie Val and family. That's what we do here, ladies and gentlemen. All right. That's number one. Number two, let's go with also, you need a little protection. What's protection? Well, protection is things like the stock market in a could go down, could go up. But how about making money through the stock market, whether it goes down or up? And that's why you invest in dividend stocks. So you have passive income coming in regardless of what you do. The corporation that you invest in is giving you dividends. That is called passive income because you don't have to do anything but invest. Some people would say, Eric, you already gave me the stats already that, 70% of the population doesn't even have $1,000 in the bank account. 60% of the population doesn't have $500 in the bank account. So where am I going to get this extra money? Well, see, that's just it. That extra money is always available to you because you're out here buying liabilities. Switch your brain. You need to buy assets. Assets pay you while you're sleeping. So remember that cup of coffee we're talking about? What about every day that you go down and get your soda, your cup of coffee, put gas in your car, and all these things that you just ignore? The grocery store when you're there and you're buying all these bad foods that you just take in because you're like, I'm stressed out, so I'm going to go get me some candy or chips or whatever bad food you're eating. What if you start eliminating those and start putting that money towards stocks that pay you? All right, stocks that pay you is important. So therefore, I have to always put in, because I'm starting these up a little bit differently now. If you want your free shares of stock from Robinhood and Webull, then what do? You go down below in the description box, and that's fine. Robinhood, Webull, and Moomoo. Download all three. Why not? Go with the one that you feel comfortable with. But If you want a free share of stock, Robinhood gives you a free share of stock. Webull, you have to deposit in order to get 5 free shares of stock or more, depending on the promotion. And Moomoo, same thing as Webull. You have to deposit $100 in the case of Moomoo, of $100 or more. You have to keep $100 or more in your account, whether it's stocks or cash, for 60 days. Then they release the 5 to 7 free shares of stock. So those are your choices. Now, some of you would say, well, yeah, I'm like on all three of them, quite frankly, because why not? Now, if you want something that's very interesting, high risk, high rewards, then we're going to talk about it here shortly. Because Yield Max ETF is an option income strategy where they give you dividends. They have an underlying stock. A lot of you may have heard of Nvidia or Tesla or Palantir. So what they have in their ETF is a pseudo derivative because they are actually buying a few of their shares and then they're doing option income trading behind the scenes. And that's how the TSLY, instead of Tesla, it's TSLY for Yield Max. That's how you get distributed dividends. So they differ every month. There's a variation. So, do you like getting 30% return or 40% return or 50% distribution return? That's what you have to calculate for yourself. You want to be the CEO of your life. You want your chief financial officer, that may be husband or wife, or do you have an accountant? Either way, or a brokerage person to help you out. Or you could be a member of Chase and have your own banker. Some of you do because you might have enough money on hand in Chase. And you could use that free service that can help you out with the JP Morgan brokerage account. Needless to say, you have plenty of options, ladies and gentlemen. There's help everywhere. And the beauty of it is there's help here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And there's people here that are investors in the stock market, own businesses, and take risk and have done a lot of things in their lifetime. So once again, ask questions in the chat room. I'm going to get over here and make sure we pull this up because I'm going to see who's in the house here shortly. Let me see. I'm going to pull up the Yield Max not yet, but it's coming up in a second. So we'll start having a problem here in a minute. DIM Pals. DIM Pals is on the Yield Max ETF train doing something that I love. Doing option income trading personally on Yield Max ETF stocks because they are volatile. I love it. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. Let's see what the tagline here is tonight. Good evening. Good evening to you. I smashed that like button. Oh, how can I forget? He gave it a 1 piece. Everybody else, please give it a 1 piece. Show some love. I greatly appreciate it. So, Brian P., Mr. Dividend is here. His specialty is Yield Max ETFs. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. And he brings his tagline, Yield Max ETFs is in the house. Exactly. EV Place, another investor's in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. And he brings his taglines. He's talking about Tesla tonight. TSLY, 30 cents per share. Still great if you count the average dividend from last 4 months. That's what we do. We count the fluctuation. We know how much it is over the last 4 months. That's what matters on a $7 stock. So let me explain. If it's 30 cents, let's just do something different. $7 a share stock. How do you know, ladies and gentlemen, what your return on investment is? It's very simple. Just like any business, just like any real estate, you actually say, how much money did I put down? Right? So in this case, the dividends, let's just say it gives, that's 30 cents. So let's just say it's $3.60. All right. For 12 months. That's annually because TSLY gives out dividends every 30 days. So let's go to the mathematical calculators. So let's just go $3.60, 3.6. And hold on, I messed up. Okay, 3.6. All right. Divided by the stock price, your purchase price of the stock. So let's just call it $7.10. And then we go $7.10. So that would be 50% return on your money. Now, the other side of the coin is TSLY stock, because they're doing option income trading. Maybe the stock could fluctuate. Maybe it was $8, now it's $7. So now, yes, you got a 50% distribution, but your return will not be 50% because since you lost the per share price has dropped $1 for each share from $8 to $7.07 or 6 cents, whatever I used. Oh, $7.10 is what I used. So that's why you want to think about, if the stock price goes down, you reinvest. You buy some more to make sure your dollar cost average goes down. And hopefully, they will still pay out around the same 30 cents, 25 cents, 35 cents, 40 cents. So we get to the 360 and you will be very happy. That's just one stock. But Palantir, for instance, which is PLTY with YieldMax ETF, the stock price has hovered around $69 to about 65, 63. But this week, it went over $70. So stock appreciation for everybody, because most people bought in the 60s. Now it was 73, 74. So you have stock appreciation plus somewhere around 60 or 70% distribution. You have to love it, ladies and gentlemen. I do. I do. And I'm happy for everybody that's in the game. Let's see. It looks like I missed something. Post retirement travel is in the house. Investor, real estate, stocks, and more. And also known, he's got his title. He's then grabbed the title, the ribbon. He's got one too, Mr. Worldwide. And he says his tagline: welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. And hi, all. Let's do this. That's what we do. We convene every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday evenings to talk about investment strategies, because Americans, are you going to be ready for your future? Because your future starts today and every day you wake up. All right, let's go. EV Place, I always welcomed him, but I missed the early parts. I see I went down accidentally somehow. His tagline originally was, good evening, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Let's roll. That's what we do here. We roll. And we roll out facts, ladies and gentlemen. We try to help you here. We don't have courses. You don't have to send money. We're not even monetized anymore because the hateful rhetoric that I say sometimes. That's right. Wait for it. Post-retirement travel stock market is still on fire. I know, it's crazy. Apple announced today they're investing $600 billion in the USA in the next 4 years. That's crazy. Overnight trading is full speed ahead, launching tomorrow. Tired of winning yet in the stock market? Hell no, I'm not tired of winning in the stock market. We love the stock market. We know what's going to happen. The rich guys are running the program. The billionaires are convening at the White House. They're doing things like this, making deals. But I digress. Again, see, I hate when I hear this type of thing because now I have to reiterate. My hateful rhetoric always comes up because, damn, if taxpayers are going to give them subsidies, okay, they got money to burn. If they're going to get tax cuts and tax breaks, they have money to burn using our money. Okay, all right. Okay. I'm sorry. So when these guys are using billions of dollars to buy their own shares of stock, self-fulfilling prophecy, as we discussed months ago, the stock prices should rise. Ah, I digress. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, you should have VOO, VGIT, SPY, QQQ. Those are stock indexes. Uh, so it's no wonder that the stock prices are going to go up. And especially people here in the SSN Nation, we know what's going down because we knew a year and a half ago, NVIDIA announced, and Apple and Microsoft, that they were going to spend billions of dollars of buying their shares of stock over the next 3 years. It's only year one so far, starting year two. So that means they're buying some more now, and then next year they're buying some more. So, since they're heavy on the index and their stock prices rise, Palantir 2, now you understand stock market should rise and you should be in it. That's why we're always going to be on fuego. 1 year, 4 months to go, ladies and gentlemen. After that, you might be on your own because I might be retired. All right, let's go. Brian P., since I already went down, welcome again. And he says, happy day, Eric. I hope you are doing well. Yes, I'm still alive. I'm breathing. I'm here with you guys. Oh, I feel so good. The familia's in the house. Happy day, SSN family. Smash that like button. Again, give it that one piece. And if you like what we're talking about, please subscribe to the channel. Click the all notification bell. At least you have to buy a coffee. Use some cash back card. I like that. I like that. A lot of people do have credit cards, and you should be using some of that cash back money. Very well said. Exactly. Very well said. I like that. I like that too. We are making money in here. That's what we do, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to get on the screen. DIM Pals is where I actually started with. So that's how far I skipped down originally. So we're going to go right to where we should be. ULTY was down today. So I picked up some more. Of course. We have to. We have to. Dollar cost average down. Weekly payouts, ULTY. We love it. Weekly payouts. Did you hear that? Ladies and gentlemen, weekly payouts. I love it. How can you not win in this environment? You have to sit there and be like, holy smokes, the information is sitting there for you. There's nothing to, like, I just gave you the most valuable information we knew a year ago, year and a half ago, when Microsoft, NVIDIA, and Amazon and Google all saying we're going to buy back billions of dollars. At one time, we were up to somewhere around 12 to 15 billion dollars, just those companies, to buy back their shares of stock. Clearly, they're going to rise in stock price, regardless of what happens. So, again, you should be in the game, the stock market game. You have to be in with the big boys. They're making it happen. The Federal Reserve is supposed to help them too. And the Federal Reserve is helping because they did nothing during this September or August meeting. So it's a good thing that they didn't do anything. They just let everything sit because they're trying to get less chaos, basically. Crypto markets dropped down. Did you take advantage, ladies and gentlemen? You bought some more? I know a lot of people, dollar cost average is way, way lower. But for all the new people who bought in the last 6 months, and it went up to 120, 123, something like that, and it dropped to 114, 113, did you buy underneath your dollar cost average? I hope so. I hope so. That's what you should be doing. You have nothing but winning waiting for you. All right. There we go. That's right. Tamara Larry's in the house. Another investor is here, ladies and gentlemen. And all of the investors will be doing the salsa dance on Friday nights because that's when we have distributions of UMAX ETFs, Defiance Groups. So let me bring her tagline and welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. And she says, hello, all from the Midwest. Hello to you. Glad to see you once again. Hope all is going well. ULTY was 605 today. Yes, it is around $6. That is awesome. TSLY paid 76-cent dividend in May. Right? Yep. Yep. Now it paid 30 this month. So May, June, I don't know what it did. I don't keep track of the monthlies. But hey, 76 and 30 is already a dollar or something. $1.06. And then I'm sure there was some last month and the month before that. So whether it's 30 cents, that's another 60. Okay, I'll take $1.80 in 3 months. That's fine. 4 months, $1.80. I'm still good. Because if I get $2.50, I'm still good. That's over 30% annually. I'll still take that. But my dollar cost, my stock price needs to be almost same as my beginning purchases. All right, post-retirement travel. You have to get into PLTR with both feet. That is Palantir, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we're talking about. This stock is on fire and will go to the moon by end of this year. I am buying daily. No more Starbucks for me. Yes, we discussed this already as well. In fact, on Monday, another discussion is warranted now since he brought up Palantir. We were talking about it then, and I'm going to give you guys the same spiel that I said before. If you know that Palantir, Peter Thiel, the head of Palantir, is being, I hate to say this because it's disrespect, but honorarily lieutenant colonel, and he's able to be in military meetings, they give him Department of Defense, Pentagon contracts through Palantir, security for our nation, getting government loans, or forget the loans, subsidies. Literally, they picked a winner. Palantir is going to go up and up and up because they are giving them hundreds of millions, billions of dollars, because they are actually going to do something with our military branches, all of them. The software, okay, surveillance, they chose PLTR. The stock hasn't even started yet. And it would have been nicer if you were in like 5 or 6 months ago, but better late than never. And post-retirement travel is exactly right. No more Starbucks for me neither, because we need some more PLTR. And don't forget PLTY. That's how we have to do it. Hey, Eric, bad news. Check out your emails. Oh, man, you know I don't want bad news. This bad news turns into we have to redo something. I didn't log in today. Let me see if I can. Oh, man. I hate when I see bad news, man. In fact, you know what? It's always bad news. The reason why it's bad news is because there's underlying economic data that people are not paying attention to. And, you know, this is what we got to keep track of because we're investors. When you have a dollar losing value, we got up to 10.7%. That's almost 11%. That means it costs you, let's just say 11% more just to buy the same things you bought last month, except then you get a report of 3% year over year minus groceries and energy. And then that's really now 14%. So, and we haven't even got the food and energy in there, which makes it another I don't know what it is. It's like they claim 0.3, but we know this is not true. But the point is, you're already negative 14% plus. Then you have tariff costs from corporations have to charge more. So it's you're we're going backwards. It's not good. You're going backwards. So being the CEO of your life, you're going to have to find money from some sources that you don't have to work for, right? That would make sense, wouldn't it? I mean, what else you supposed to do out here? Oh, yeah. Hold on a second. See, when Mr. Dividend starts talking about, it's where is it? Oh man, Mr. Dividend starts talking about this. I gotta log in. I want to see what the bad news is. I'm curious. We can always make other decisions. Where's my? Uh oh. Oh man, come on. We can always make other decisions, ladies and gentlemen. It's how it goes. Well, there we go. Here we go. Now maybe I can get in the game. All right. Don't forget, smash the like button, please. I have to go through all kind of gyrations just to get into my email account, but it's okay. We're going to get in there one way or another. I need to see what this bad news is. That is not good. But he sends me bad news like another recall. Every week there's a recall. FDA, USDA, they're not doing their jobs. Our agricultural department not doing their jobs. Another recall on some food always happens every week. That's getting tiresome. Lack of jobs, lack of manufacturing jobs. That's getting tiresome. Listening to 600 million investment here. EU 600 or 700 million. Japan 700 million investments. None of this materializes because they turn around and said, we're not going to do that. So again, this manipulation on a GDP is sickening because now this month, just like post-retirement travel said, they're going to add that to business investing dollars. $600 million will be added for the calculation for the GDP. When in fact, there's no money that's being distributed as we speak. So this is why I have problems with messaging, because if you're going to be an investor, you can't sit there and just go willy-nilly. That's what's going to happen when it's not going to happen. So that's all I'm going to say until it happens. Then we'll add it into the GDP. But trying to manipulate it and make it seem like it happened yesterday or tomorrow or this month or next month, it's not going to be 600 million invested this month or next month or even this year. If anything, they'll be parsing it out if they do it at all. So just keep all of that in mind when you're making decisions. News is news. You have to go look and see what was actually put in. And again, it's our own money. When it's subsidy, they don't get actually, I don't know how much they get in subsidies, but I don't think it's 600 million. It's probably a couple million, I would be willing to bet. Just for giggles and grins, let me go see what it is. I'm curious. Okay, come on now. Let's go. All right. I have a few screens that are messed up here. Where's my Yield Max ETF? Okay, here we go. I'm going to go here and we'll get to Yield Max ETF first. Bad news. Okay, we don't want bad news, but we have bad news incoming. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Look at this. Weekly payouts, monthly payouts on schedule. This Friday, they're coming out. CHPY, semiconductor portfolio option income trading, 38 cents weekly. CHPY, 38% distribution rate based on 38.9 cents. GPTY, Yield Max, AI and tech portfolio option income trading, 30 cents. LFGY, crypto and tech, these are weekly, 43.6 cents, down from the normal 50 cents. It's okay, but still a 63.12% distribution rate. Just keep that in mind for the stock price right now. All right, then we have others. ULTY, another 10-cent week, not 9 cents, but 10 cents. YMAG, another 7 cents. So their coming out distribution rate is down to 27% for YMAG. YMAX at 14 cents is still at 56.94% distribution rate. A lot of people would not mind 27%. It was higher. So that means the YMAG is coming down for their distributions, but it's understandable. There's a fluctuation all the time. Berkshire Hathaway, the BRKB option, every 4 weeks, 61 cents down to 16.77. Shorting Tesla, 19 cents for the shares this month, 55% distribution. There goes that FEAT. This is a FEAT, post-retirement travels, one of his favorites, $1.35 per share, and it's 50% distribution. FIVY, 1.19, 40%. GOOY, and I won't go any further. You guys can see this all on the screen. But let's get to TSLY at 30 cents, 50.9%. Okay, we're still on track. TSMY, there it is, 95 cents and 76% distribution. And yes, XOMO, Exxon, 24.73% with 22.85%. 22.8 cents per share. And YBIT, the yield max Bitcoin option income is 54 cents per share. And that's 65.78%. Next week, ladies and gentlemen, we were talking about PLTY. NVIDIA with yield max ETF. NVDY. We have MRNY. And we have Maro, MARO, JP Morgan, Gold, GDXY. All these are next week. FBY, DIPS, BABO, YMAX, YMA. Okay, all those weeklies are coming back next week. But that's what's going to pay out next week, ladies and gentlemen, for dividends. Now, there's nothing wrong with holding the main stock either. Let's get real. Facebook, Mara, the vaccine company, Moderna, NVDY, PLTY. I don't know what DIPS is actually. I think that's short something. But anyhow, go study. Here, I'm going to put this down below. Let me see if this can even be a thing here. I'm going to put this in the chat room so everybody can go look at it themselves. Anybody that's watching this, every week they put it out on Wednesday. So you can actually see on Wednesday, if you buy any of these shares of stock before 8 p.m. at night, you will receive a dividend on that Friday, just so everybody understands. But after 8 p.m. and it's overnight trading in the 24-hour market, you can buy right now, but it's not going to count as this Friday payout. All right, so just keep that in mind in case you guys get a little frisky and say, hey, I'm going to do this and expecting a payout. No, it'll be the next month or the next week. Okay. All right, let's go. Let's see what else we have here. Let's see what else we have in the house. Oops, hold on a second. Let me take this out. All right. Well, it's nice. We're going to find it. Let me go find out what's going on over here. My Yield Max wallet went sideways last month. Still 25% up on my investment and more shares waiting for Q4. 25%. It's come back a little. Again, I love the transparency, not sugarcoating. But hold on, let me read this again. Went sideways last month, still 25% up on my investment and more shares waiting for Q4. Exactly. So 25% on a growing, that's the trade-off. So if you start at 1,000 and you bump up to 300 real quick, that'd be 30%. but now you're 1,300. So now if you get another 200, that would be 1,500. That would be a 50% return. But then what happens if it goes to 100? But now you're going by months. So now we divide it by 4. Is that what we're doing? Or are we talking about overall? Because again, I caution everybody, because I do it differently than everybody. I go by once, whatever's in the account, that's what I divide by the dividends. That's what I do. So even though you added some more in like last month or last week, you're actually dividing by a higher number. So I always like doing it that way, because there's always like I said, I'll deal with 15%, 14%, 17%, but that's for the overall different. He just started like what, 4 months ago. We like 25% for 4 months. We'll see if it can keep going. That's what we want, though. Thank you. Round Hill Family. There we go. Post retirement travel. Round Hill Family ETFs, YBTC and YETH pay tomorrow. Also, Soxy SOXY from Yieldmax is paying tomorrow. Getting paid Thursday and Friday this week. That's right, because the monthlies are coming out, ladies and gentlemen. And by the way, why wasn't that on the list? Hold on a second. Oh, I'm thinking of Snow. I miss Snow. SNOY. 45 cents, and it's still around 37.67% distribution. And it looks like Yieldmax has started Roblox. They have a Yieldmax RBLX option income strategy for unbelievable. Roblox. Oh my God, that is incredible. That's awesome. These guys, Yieldmax ETF has expanded so much. I wonder how much assets under management they have. That is crazy. But thank you for that information, post retirement travel and PLTY. Exactly. Don't forget about PLTY, because that's paying out next week. All right, here we go. Overall, 25% up on a 25K investment in 4 months. You know what that means? You guys know the answer to that. You divide that by 1/4, 25%. Right? So, just so everybody knows, we can go to it. 25 times 25%, 6,000. 25. Nice. 6,250. Not bad, ladies and gentlemen. In 4 months. I don't think people understand the significance of this. And it's money he didn't have to work for. He did have to work for the money to invest, though, most likely. But now he could sit and be like, wow, every 4 months, 6 grand potentially, because he reinvested some of it, if not all of it. So now that's earning, there's more shares that he's going to receive, which means more dividend money is going to come. Self-fulfilling prophecy. He needs 1 year. 1 year is when the curve, the arc starts going like this. That's the beauty of it. All right. Just keep that in mind. Thank you for that, being transparent, letting us know. Post-retirement travel says, Eric, Margaritaville in Orlando is launching a project of small bungalows that you can buy at a much lower price point. No, they said around 300K. That's the opportunity to get in for many. Oh my God. Are you serious? What are small bungalows anyhow? Oh, they might be like Paradise Island. I mean, Paradise Resort. It might be like that one that I told you guys about. That's the opportunity to get in for many. Oh, that's in the USA, in Orlando. 300K. That's a deal. Do you have any? Is there any information on this? Hold on a second. Uh-oh. I still haven't been able to get to my mail. Come on. There we go. Okay. Oh my. Okay, there's something happening. UPS hit with multi-million-dollar penalty after statewide investigation. Wow. Here we go. Active ETFs bought in a record 44.8 billion in July. Now, do you understand why stocks would be going up, ladies and gentlemen, regardless of the economy? 44.8 billion just by ETFs. Oh my God. Oh no, look at this. ETFs are on pace to take in a record 1.3 trillion in 2025. Holy smokes. Do you think that's enough firepower to increase values of stock? I do. 1.3 trillion is our interest only payment for our national debt, to give you guys an idea. Holy smokes. Wow. Wow. And Wells Fargo is rolling out company wide AI. Oh no. It says everyone from branch tellers to investment bankers will benefit. No. Why are they lying to us like this? That's crazy. Signed, sealed, then canceled. Why more buyers are pulling the plug on home sales? We knew this was going to happen. We knew there's no reason you should buy a home. That's a liability. And everything that's associated with it is rising. Insurance, property taxes. So you're getting yourself into an unknown future. Before, let's just face facts, in a stable environment, up until, I don't know what I could say, up until what's stable really? I mean, up until around 1980, it was pretty much a stable environment. You knew your home values only increased anywhere from 1% to 3% annually, nothing crazy. You knew your property taxes were going to do nothing crazy because there's no huge swings. Like, there wouldn't be a house that's worth 100,000, and then down the street, just because somebody bought a same house for 140, and then everybody has their property taxes start going up. No, it went from 100 to 102. So your property tax stayed about the same. The insurance stayed about the same. There was no crazy. But when you go 140 and then you go 170, now all of a sudden they start going, well, wait a minute. The insurance company says, hey, we got to pay more to fix this house up. So we have to charge higher rates. So that's what we get, ladies and gentlemen. Tax cut, tax breaks. Every decade, once or twice. That hurts the middle class. All right, that's bad. Palantir's earnings top as Nvidia, Broadcom shake off Trump tariffs. All right. Residents in 10 states could see energy bills surge more than 400 because of the big, beautiful bill. Again, this is what I'm saying. Main Street is not the same as the stock market because these companies, they're charging you Energy Transfer, ET, 7% dividend along with ET increasing in value because it's Energy Transfer. Get with the program, ladies and gentlemen. So some of us have an 8% or 7.8% return for ET dividends and get the appreciation in the stock price. Slowly but surely going up. And the United States is selling off its power. Can you believe this? This is why our bills are going to go up. We're selling off our power to other countries. This is part of these trade deals that's allegedly supposed to happen. EU is supposed to buy what, $700 million worth of energy from the USA. Canada is supposed to buy a few $100 million. So is Japan and all these companies or countries. That's a problem because we can't even make enough 100% for us. So therefore, the energy bills are going to go up. They're going to charge more. That's crazy. They need all the power they can get. So why not do green energy? That's all I'm saying. That would have nice new jobs that pay a nice wage, manufacturing in the United States. Just saying. All right. This is bad right here. State Department may require visa applicants to post bond of up to $15,000 to enter the U.S. And that's going to be based on what country a person's from. America's top dog, along with EU, Canada, and a few other places, Singapore. China in some parts, 15,000 bond, not knowing you're going to get it back from a country that's broke. That is crazy. This right here hurts tourism, in my opinion. There's already hurt tourism in Florida. Maybe not Disneyland. Disneyland, Disney World, they've had downturns, but you already see the signs. Vegas, downturn in visitors. It just depends on what the levels are. Vegas is so expensive now. It's even more than Mickey. You take your family to Vegas now, it is not the same. It's more than Mickey. It costs buffets that everybody used to go to. They're like 50, 60, $70 per person. One sitting, 300 bucks, 200 bucks, whatever. That is insane. Then you go gamble and that's no fun. Then if you want to see a show, they're talking 300, 400, 500 bucks a person. So people are like, you know what? F that. I'm not coming. Parking. I get a car. I park and they're talking. It's sorry, sir. It's 50 bucks. How much? $25 a day, sir. What the hell? This is craziness right now for hospitality industry. Luckily, Mickey, even though they do charge a lot, they're not losing their damn mind. I mean, it's already pricey, but sooner or later, people are going to pull the plug and things are going to start going down. But I do like the bungalows. I need to find out about those bungalows. Come on now. We got to find out about them bungalows. Let's see what's happening. Hey, are the bungalows on the Margaritaville property along with your cottage? Also, Eric, Margaritaville CEO, is looking at selling Margaritaville hotel rooms that you can rent condos or be part of the rental pool. That's the condo hotels. However, that is yep. However, this sounds like condo hotels. Maybe it is. That's you know why they're doing it. I said this before, just like in the DR, you know why they're doing it. And other countries, Thailand, Vietnam, all around the world, they're doing condo hotels, Dubai, because they realize, why are we taking the risk? Yes, sure, the people are paying us monthly and we have to build it. But why are we taking the risk at all? Why don't we they pay us, we build it, and then we get a management fee for life? And we get HOA money. And we dictate what the HOA monies are going to be monthly. It's a beautiful plan. Beautiful plan. And one of the reasons I don't want to, I advise against buying condo hotels. What about these new units? That's what I want to know. The bungalows, as long as they're not in any rental pool and they're not a condo hotel or bungalow hotel, we're good. We're very, very good. Very good. All right. Joe Nay, another investor's here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. He'll be doing the salsa dance this Friday and Monday. And he brings his tagline, "What's good, everybody? How is everybody doing this Wednesday evening? The Wealthy Wednesday night live stream evening. We're doing great. Information is here. Americans, are you ready? Jonay's been ready. He stayed ready. Now he is ready. He's already ahead of everybody. A lot of people out here with his destination. He's already got his financial independence. It's already been ASAP. He's on the roll. He's on the right side of history. He's prepared, ladies and gentlemen, for what's to come. Whether it comes or not, he's prepared. All right. We'll be doing the salsa dance with Joe Nay on Friday and Saturday as well from the UMAX ETFs and other dividends that's going to be kicked out. All right. Now, let's get to the situation at hand. What about these bungalows? Okay, I don't see any bad news just yet, other than that 15,000 to enter the U.S. That's bad news. That means less tourists. So the tourism industry is going to take a big hit because Canadians don't want to come to the USA. Those that do want to come, it's very hard too because it's paycheck to paycheck of 85% in Canada. But as we always say, upscale luxury wins out because upscale luxury means most of the time you're in the upper tier on the wealth scale. So you're going to have the top 10, top 15, top 20% of the wealthiest in the world can travel around. That's still hundreds of millions of people. There's 8 billion people on the planet. So when you start talking about top 20, you can start figuring it out. That leaves what? 20% of 8 billion is still a lot. 10% is 800 million, right? So you still got a few hundred million people. So that's going to be, enough people to go around and vacation. Just so you understand. Yeah, highball. Disproportionate property taxes are forcing some Americans out of their homes. I know what I found out? There's some states in this southeastern country that a person could actually, let's just say today, your tax bill came due. And let's say they give you can't pay the tax bill because you traditionally was only 2,500. Now it's 5 grand, right? 6 grand. And you're like, oh man, I can't pay that. I can only pay a portion of it. Okay, that's great. But can you believe there's some states that a person could have their tax bill up for sale in like 9 months if you haven't paid your taxes? That is insane. And what that also means is it could be up for sale in a quote unquote tax lien environment where somebody could come in and buy or pay your taxes, and then they can't take your home right away. But you have a certain time, some states 1 year or 2 years, to pay that plus interest. They have a set interest. It's not anything crazy. It's 3 to 6%. But the point is, if you don't pay after that 1 year or 2 years, then they can get your home. That's why this is so scary when they start doing property taxes and they start doing things like, yeah, well, your property tax was $4,000 last year. Now it's 9. Now it's 8. That gets real crazy. And then your insurance company piles on and says, well, your insurance, that was like 12,000 a year. You gave us not 1,000. I mean 1,200, 1,500. Now it's 7 grand a year instead of 12 or 1,500. So you get piled on twice. That's why owning a liability such as a house is very, very dangerous. And unfortunately, even if you rent from somebody that owns a house, is dangerous. Either way around is dangerous now. Because even if you're renting from somebody, he gets the notice. Hey, you got to pay an extra $200, $300 a month for your insurance. You got to pay an extra $200 a month for your property taxes. So now he's in a rock and a hard place. He's sitting there like, I got to pay an extra $400 per month. So what do I do? Well, the only logical thing to do is if he doesn't live there, he doesn't live there. So he's going to raise your rent and $400. Just saying. You can see where this goes. It's downhill. So that's why you have to be rich. All right. Wealthy. Rich and wealthy are two different things. You can be rich, have lots of money. But if you don't have the wealth aspects of it, you don't have the stocks, you don't have the dividend stocks, you don't have generating a business that generates revenue, these are the things you need to be wealthy. You can be rich and have money, but you're going to lose it if you don't have a way to regenerate money. Okay. That's the key. So I don't see anything too crazy, but it's crazy still. It's still crazy. Florida Today subscription offers specials and discounts. Subscribe. Let's go see what this is. I was just reading some headlines. I don't know what this is. We have some relief for people who need discounts, the old coupon type thing. Let me know. All right, Joe Nay, I just smashed that like button. He gave it a one piece, like I said before. Thank you so much for that. It's free, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the like button. Let me know what you guys think. Americans, Canadians, Europeans. Come on. Let me know what you think. Are you going to be ready for 1 year and 4 months? By the way, you need a little help. That's right. How can I forget? You always have to go with findhelp.org, ladies and gentlemen. You need some help in America, put in a zip code, go look and see what they can do for you. Sometimes there's grants, sometimes there's not, but oftentimes there's free help for a lot of different things. Go look it up. All right. Now, let's get to the other thing too, because I have to mention this. Not only do I have to mention about the, oh, hold on a second. I was going to do some findhelp.org and then I got sidetracked because I was thinking, of course, obviously, every live stream I have to mention if you need to get your debt restructured, go see Tracy at resolvefinance.com. I'm going to put this in the chat room. We got to show some love for a lot of people that are part of the SSN Nation. And don't worry, all of you who like your cars with the sound systems in them that go boom, 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 we don't want that rattling though. We want that crispy, clean sound. Well, we have a guy for you in house. But first, let me put this in the chat room. Tracy at resolvefinance.com. That's where you go, ladies and gentlemen. All right. That's where you go. Get some help. Restructure your debt. You do not have to file bankruptcy. All right. That's the key to this. No bankruptcy necessary. How about you get the Donald Trump treatment? The rich guy treatment. The guys who sometimes, don't pay their debt and then they get it restructured, right? Simple. Go with the restructure route. Don't file bankruptcy, restructure. That's what Tracy does. She helps you restructure within 1 to 2 years, and some of your debt is removed. You keep paying almost about the same amount. You enter into an agreement, and on the other side of the fence, after those 1 year, 2 years, now you can start getting back into if you need credit because you can't do it in those 1 or 2 years. But your credit score, it will be a lot better. And some of you say, okay, Eric, once you give us that, what about some credit monitoring system, smart credit, down below in the description box? Get with smart credit. That helps you with the 3 credit bureaus, your hiring index score, your automobile score, which, by the way, don't buy automobiles. They're liabilities. Just saying. All that. Think about all these people that pay a $1,400 a month, $1,000 a month for cars. They could have been investing in the stock market for the last 4 years. And some of these people have 7-year, 8-year, 10-year loans. That's incredible, right? So smart credit down below helps you improve your credit score. And it also helps with your, like I said, your hiring index score. And if you decide to go get a car, it has the FICO 8 score. But stay away from liabilities. If you have a vehicle and you need another vehicle, assess the situation. You're going to have to put down 10% on a car. Cars are outrageous. Let's just say it's $2 or $3 grand for them to write you some paper, right? If you can fix the car you have for $2 or $3 grand, I would recommend doing that and then driving it till the wheels fall off instead of giving somebody $3 grand, $4 grand, $5 grand, and then having a $1,000 a month payment for 6, 7, 8 years. That's insane. All right. Don't play the Joneses role with me. All right. I'm not with the Joneses. I'm with you. You and your family and your loved ones are the most important, not the Joneses and what it looks like. All right. I know everybody likes to feel good, fit in with the crowd, but that's not the way to go. All those liabilities that you're throwing out the window because you have to have insurance on them things. The insurance for a new car is off the charts. Then it's mandatory that you have to have certain coverage, all coverage, everything, and then certain deductible, not deductible, but what do you call those other things in your policies? But you have to have certain criteria, like 30, what is it, 100,000 liability, 50,000 for each additional person or something like that. So all of those things matter. Deductible can't be 1,500 or 1,000 in most cases. Sometimes they limit what your deductible can be, 500, which again, that's one of my other pet peeves. $1,000 deductible, that's a lot. Like, I always did 500 because there's no point. Pay it a little bit extra, do that, because the way people are crazy these days, you probably are going to be in an accident sooner or later. It's worth it. But it is what it is. Cars go up in value, cost so much to fix that they just total it on a bare tap these days. So again, it's weird, right? Okay. Now, for all you guys that like your speaker system sounding nice without having to just rely on an inverter on your battery system, and you want to pump out all these watts while you're running around on a 12-volt battery that's at a 13 amp and you're taxing your alternator, well, we have somebody in the house, EV Place. He actually helps you, ladies and gentlemen. Can you believe that? There's somebody out here using green energy. While you're driving, it recharges. And how would you like to have 700 watts and more, possibly, of clean power? And when you shut off your car, you have almost an hour's worth of heart pounding music coming out of your speakers. Now, I will give you a link in the chat room because it's on eBay. And then you can contact seller there. That would be him. EV Place in the house, ladies and gentlemen. All right. His side business, he's a superstar. Side business, real estate, stock market, job. Hey, he's slaying dragons out here. Hey, Eric, keep reading. Keep reading on emails. Oh, man. I'm getting ready for next year, Eric. Right on, man. That's it. 1 year, 4 months, December 2026 is when you have to get your debt out of the way, your wealth all lined up and ready to go. All right. The ride is still going to be nice. Don't worry. If the stock market goes back down, don't get scared. Everything's in place for it to go up. Don't worry. Jerome Powell and everybody, don't worry. They might come with something in September. Or is it, August? Wait, July, August. Yeah, September, because it was July 29th through 30th. So, yeah, it's going to be September. They might pull a trigger, but again, we have pauses on tariffs again. This is not helping the Federal Reserve to make a decision because they need information on when everything's in place, then what to do after it. And if inflation is going to keep rising while they're sitting here on the sidelines. So they're going to have to increase the Federal Reserve rate, which is going to upset a lot of people. It won't upset me, though. It won't upset everybody else. SNC on sale down 18% today. I know. I saw it. It was like, oh my God, it was at 18. This is 52-week lows. It's below 52-week lows. Good time to enter. You're damn right. I have to enter. Have to get my dollar cost average back down. In fact, thank you so much because overnight I'll be doing this after the live because now that you mention it. Thank you so much, EV Place, for that. But once again, in the chat box, let me make sure, I might not have done it. You will find that power system, 700 watts, and he could do more. Can you imagine that? Crispy clean without having to run through your batteries, run through the inverters, do anything crazy. No solar panels needed because while you're driving around, it's charging it up from what I understand. So what better way? Go see EV Place. And some of you would be thinking, how much is this going to cost? Well, come on now. Stop playing. You know good and well when you're buying them speakers and sound systems that you're spending thousands of dollars if you want great quality. So a few $100s is not going to hurt you. Let's get real out here. All right. I have to appeal to the guys that have those speaker systems. We know what time it is out here. All right. I'm confused. Why are they talking about putting nuclear reactors on the moon? For what? Joe Nay, just to spend some more money, my man, from the taxpayers' pockets. Making it all go to the top with frivolous nonsense, just like all those rocket ships blowing up, going out to the atmosphere. I'm like, for what? You're not doing anything here to help mankind. This is not doing anything. But it's lining their pockets with subsidies for those corporations. Just saying. And we can also do payload of satellites up to get some more contract money from the United States and around the world. It must be nice to get some billions of dollars or millions of dollars in your pockets if you run a company or corporation. It'd be awfully nice if mom and pop businesses got a few tens of thousands of dollars all of a sudden, $100,000. That would go a long way for them. That would help them out too and have taxpayers pay for theirs. I guess they would be more successful. And there would be a few breakout companies along the way. Again, this is my little pet peeve. This is why America has a problem. We got a big problem here, and a lot of countries have problems. All right, Google, type. Wait. Hold on. Why is that on the screen? I have something on the screen that I shouldn't have. Okay. Oh, it's the chat room. Okay. Nothing's happening here. Okay. Just commenting. Okay, got it. All right. Well, whatever. Google type Margaritaville Resort CO plans for expansion. Okay. Margaritaville. Plans for expansion. Let's see what we're talking about here. All right. Let me see. Why is that on my screen? That's weird. But I'm with Jonay on that. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Get your speaker system up to par. And when you're booming at the park on the Sunday afternoon, not having to have any extra power for at least about an hour is awesome to me. Crispy clear. All right, just saying. Just saying. I'm thinking there might be something more to that system too. I haven't really thought about it too much. I'm not in that business. Here we go. 700-watt power pack. You can connect as many packs as you need in parallel. Thanks as always. Oh, see, that's even better. 1,400 watts. Oof. Oof. 20. Oh my God. 2,100 watts of on-demand power. That is sick, quite frankly. But 700 watts is still sick too. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, you can add as much, not as much. There's always limitations. But as long as you can put them in parallel, just imagine if we get 700 watts per hour, if you had three, that'd be 3 hours. Who needs 3 hours? 2 hours is 2 packs, which is pretty cool without having to run a batteries and generators or anything, especially for the guys that do shows. Can you imagine? Because you always get an electrical outlet. So you got options here. A lot of options. I like it. Very good. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Go to that EB link and go check it out. Order, find out some further info. All right. Yes, good time to buy. SMCY at 17. Plus it paid 1.85 this month and $1.62 last month. Yeah, that is great. My God, it's down at 17. Holy smoke! Hey, let it keep dropping. So once I get off of here, I can get me some. Let's go here and let me go see this. Let me go do some crazy. 1 point. Hold on. 1 point. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do 1.3 times 12. Worst case scenario, it goes down, down, down. Right? That's $15 and. Oh my God, that's going to be like at this price point, that'd be near 70%. Geesh, that's crazy. 91.7%. if they just gave an average of $1.30, if they give the 1.6, 1.8, and stay in this 1.6 or 5, it's like near 95%. Wow. Wow. That's incredible. That's incredible. All right. There you go. Thank you, post retirement travel, for that. Let's go see about this Margaritaville situation. John Colin, actively pursuing expansions, cruise line. Okay, hold on. What about the rental? Shares Margarita plans major expansion to 5,000 rentable rooms. This is in the, is this in the Tampa, what is this, Biz Journals? Oh, the Biz Journals. Okay. Hold on a second. Margaritaville acquires its third vessel. Jesus. I guess selling that Margaritaville. These guys, I don't know how they're doing it, but they got it's incredible that they can keep that upscale luxury crowd with the way they are. People love them. A lot of people should study how Margaritaville operates. Let's see here. Where is it? Margaritaville, about a multinational. Oh, they're not even saying anything. What is this? Oh, it was the Orlando Business Journal. Okay. They want me to subscribe. That's why they're not telling me anything. Okay. Probably got to go to Margaritaville themselves. They'll tell us what's up. Let's go find out. That's Florida Today. Oh, that's cute. No love from them. All right. Well, Margaritaville bungalows at 300,000 in 2025. I need to find out about this. This would be great. Resort expansion. Okay, hold on. Let me do it a different way. I get excited when I hear bungalows because that's rare. That's rare. So that's why I get excited about this, because bungalows is cool, just like cottages, right? They're cool. You get higher market value for it. Okay, there's something called beach bungalows at Camp Margaritaville Resort in the Crystal Beach. Are you kidding me? They put Margaritaville at Crystal Beach um, for purchase. Oh, they already have it. 3 or 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths. They have bungalows there at that man-made beach. That's cool. That is really cool. You know what? I'm gonna have to go look at this. See what they're, but Margaritaville has the right ideas. I mean, it's all inclusives. They have everything there. You don't have to leave. I mean, these are the things we talk about when you're making investments, where people come, and even if they're outside of town or inside of town, it doesn't matter, because people are like, well, they have a shuttle to go to any other type of events around that's major. So it makes it very cool. I like this. Okay, yeah, they do have bungalows. Uh, I wanted to put it on screen. There it is, real estate developer. Oh, I know what I did. Hold on. For sale. I need to find out how much they're selling, right? Camp Margaritaville. Own Margaritaville bungalows. Here we go. Sponsored by. Here we go. Here we go. They have Crystal Beach homes for sale. This is in Texas. I wonder if it's 300,000 in Texas for a bungalow. Yep, Crystal Beach, Texas. That's actually, they named it a city. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. This is cool. Oh, wow. These look like you park underneath. These look like cottages. I mean, oh, maybe they're more than one level. No, they got to be. You got to request floor plans. Crystal Beach, Texas. Oh, it's actually a beach, not the man made beach. It's on the beach. Oh, that's even, geesh. From the 800Ks, not 300. Theirs is 800, fully furnished, 3 to 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, 1760 to 1880 square feet, 2 car garages from the 800Ks. They're on the beach though. Ocean views. Um, no, not in Texas. I'm not going to be on the beach. No, no, and no. I'm not going to be on the beach in Texas, Louisiana, Alabama, Florida. No, not going to do it. Not going to happen. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I can't do it. Not in Texas. No. We're in the hurricane zone. That's not going to work. Mo Better's in the house. Another investor is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. And he says, what's up, SSN fam? What's up, man? Nice to see you again. Smash that like button on the way here. He gave it a 1 piece and it's free. You give it a 1 piece, ladies and gentlemen. That'd be greatly appreciated. All right. We're trying to hunt for the Margaritaville, Orlando $300,000 bungalows. Can you believe this? I can't believe it. I can't believe it. This is awesome. Orlando, Florida. There's no mention of it yet. Victor Marrero has just let the cat out of the bag, and he's going to have to give us the info because we need it first. $300,000 for a bungalow in Orlando, Florida is a much better investment. We will see, but I don't see anything about it anywhere. So we're gonna send me an email if you ever find it, because I Google it. Must be insider trading right now. Going out to other Margaritaville owners so they can pick them up, and there's a lot of them that's going to pick it up, especially the guys that are in Orlando who've been able to eat very well off of their previous $300,000 investment. That is awesome. I can't believe another opportunity is going to come damn near 10 years later where somebody can buy a bungalow for 300 grand at Margaritaville and they're all inclusives and all of their designs. Jesus. That's special. That's opportunity. And just so you guys understand, in fact, you know what? Let me put this on screen. I'm going to do something if I may not. I was going to say, yeah, I will. Let me go do something real quick. Okay, this one is for Texas. They don't say anything about anything in Orlando yet. But it's pre-construction too, and they have a history. Okay, I'm going to do this. Margaritaville. Yeah. Orlando. Right? They call that Kissimmee. Okay, that's what it is. All right, so it's August. I believe in Florida, school starts either already has or it starts in the next couple weeks. So I'm going to do like 4 people. Let's see. Oh, somebody's trying to do something. Yeah, it looks that way. 4 people. Done. I want a bungalow. Cottage. This is for one night. Hold on. I was gonna pull it up on the screen, but it's not coming up. It's showing me like 139 a night, but I don't know what type of room it is. I need to know 200 a night, 196, 185. That's just a queen bed. That's not the cottages. Oh man, they have 100. They have so many options. It's ridiculous. Okay, I'm gonna have to do the other thing then. Let's go with 6. That'll narrow it down. See if they actually do cottages, bungalows. Just so everybody understands. Okay, here we go. No, nothing available for my dates. I actually put something coming up. It's not coming up right. Okay, this is not available. Never mind. I see why. I didn't put in. Oh, they're booked up. this weekend. That's why it's not working. Okay. I put in a week. It's not working. I don't know where Emerald Island is. Okay. Here we go. They're booked up. Post retirement travel, you guys are like booked up. They're doing a blue pillow. We have prices $420 a night. Jeez. Up to $628 a night. Holy smokes. Now, again, ladies and gentlemen, when you have a purchase price of 300 grand and they're charging anywhere from 400 to 600 and something per night, that puts us almost in the winner's circle. Because we do the 0.1%, ladies and gentlemen. It's that simple. 0.1% is what you want to do your rentals for. All right. Let me know what you guys are thinking out here. What's up, E? Man, CEO of our live Mo. That's what we got. Americans, are you ready? You're going to have to be prepared. And preparation is part of when stocks go down, you have to buy some more. What's up with Laramar? Just joking. Yeah, man, we talked about it on Monday night. A long way to go. And okay, so I will do one last comparison with Laramar. I'm trying to think. The only thing that compares to Laramar is Vistacana. Vistacana was the idea of somebody in the early 2000s, like 2008, 9, somewhere in there. They gave him the grandiose plan, just like Laramar gave the grandiose plan. But at that time, people were looking at him like, man, this is like all jungle around here. What you talking about? You're crazy. So it took about 8 to 10 years for everything to come together, because remember, you got to put in, you have to go through surveying, you have to go through separating all the parcels, you have to go through getting approval for saltwater, man-made beaches, right? Golf courses, the environment, the fauna, the flowers, the plants, any animals that's in that vicinity that may be endangered, you have to worry about. So they would take years to get this done. Then finally started happening. Now, the comparison that I'm trying to make is not really from 2008-9, but from around 2018, 2019 is the equivalent of how Laramar has started. But they have already had to start with their parcels having to separate. They still probably have to separate stuff. It takes a year to 2 years. So apparently they're going to be doing their prime towers, but the rest of their 600 or 800 acres, however many it is, has to be subdivided if you're going to have hotels and hospitals or medical facilities and things like that. So 2018, here it is 2025. That's 7 years. And they have different people developing it. Each project is a different developer. So they're different. Laramar was originally going with, we're building everything. They were holding their chest out. We know how to build. No problem. We're going to build everything. We don't need no stinking other developers. Well, that has changed. So now they do need some stinking developers. And so now they turn into Vistacana, where they're going to subdivide the parcels, which again, subdividing takes a year, year and a half, could be even 2 years, depending on the actual deed itself. If it's clear, then you're talking about a year. But if it's not, and you have multiple people, now we're talking about 1 year and a half to 2 years. So you can't do anything. So again, this is going to give them delays, is my point. The same delays that Vistacana has. when projects came out in 2020, they're still not ready in 2025, right? Projects that came out in 2018, they just now delivered in the last year or this year that I never even heard of, didn't even know they existed because they were sold out like hotcakes at the time. So the same thing's going to happen with them. So it's already been for them from 2008 9 till now. That's 16 years. So on our Monday night call, Mo goes, it's 2045. Well, 16 years from now, or 16 years from 2022, that's 2038. So if you actually use that timeline and similar type of thing, you get closer to 2045 because that's not of the realm, but you'll have stuff there is the point. See, it's going to be the same type of thing. You're going to go 16 years, then you're going to go, okay, 2038. Sure, you're going to look like Vistacana and just same similar thing. So, all right, Texas. No, I'm reading something in Orlando. The towers I know are in Orlando. I am going this weekend to the sales office and find out the details. I know you are post-retirement travel. You're going to be like one of the first ones up there. You have a track record. You know how much money you guys make on your first $300,000 investment. I would be more than excited. That's why I was trying to find it right now because I'm one of the guys that was like, oh, man, because I saw it, but I was like, I wasn't interested in that at the time because there was other things that were way less than 300 G's to invest in. But as it turns out, I didn't know Margarita brand was as it was, quite frankly. I didn't realize those cottages would be selling sometimes for 500 a night, 600 a night. That was crazy. Once I find out the Margarita brand is legit worldwide, it's like you cannot pass up another opportunity like this, ladies and gentlemen, especially it's going to be pre-construction, just like their last one in 2017, 2018. So you're going to be able to do bottom line courtesy of post-retirement travel telling us. So you might have something inside USA. It's going to be around Mickey. So I'm hoping it's in Margaritaville to boot. Bungalows for 300K where? Margaritaville, Orlando. Yes, Margaritaville, Orlando, that has over 70 million tourists a year just to Orlando. And they're down a little bit. So imagine when the economy does some sort of, I don't know, out of whatever. And then, well, actually, I don't know what to make of it because this bond thing, 15,000 up to $15,000 bond for visitors to America, that's going to limit tourism. That's going to limit tourism. So that's a danger. That's bad for us. Bad for us. Very bad. If it's 300K in Orlando, 5 minutes from Disney and inside Margaritaville compound, I promise you, there'll be a line to get in. I am checking that out this Saturday when I drive to Orlando. I can't wait post-retirement travel. Because as you said, everybody that owns at Margaritaville right now, they've all been making money. They're going to be buying it up, sight unseen, don't care, send me over the paperwork, I'm signing. Because especially if they say what you just outlined, if they say it's on this compound and it's going to be down there by the groceries or by the retail shopping area on the other side, and we're going to put in our own another lake over there, if they do something crazy like that, my God, it'll be like people are just going to sign up anyhow. What's that deposit? I'll send it today. Because they know the cachet with Margaritaville is they know you can charge $300 per night on a bad week. I mean, so they know and they can do a post-retirement travel. Here's the other thing. Kindly tell people what the occupancy rate has been. If I think you might know it for if 2024 or 2025 or 2023. I know when we had freaking the pandemic and it was 2021, 2022, I think it was around there. It was unbelievable. It was like around 90 some percent. There was months where it was like literally 28 nights a month booked. I think there was a couple of months when it was 30 nights. It was insane. I was like, good God Almighty. So I don't know what the occupancy rate is now, but the point is, let us know what the occupancy rate is or has been. Let us know what it is if you know it, because that's the other thing. Even if it's 70%, I don't even care. Because all you need is if you can rent for 300 a night or 350 a night, and you do 50%, you're gonna have double digits already. If you do something like 60 or 70 or 80%, then things get off the charts. We're start talking about 20, 30% return on your money. And that's pretty serious. Real serious. All right. Let us know. I'm going to be looking it up before we get back on Monday. If I find out, let me see. I got a what's up at PRT. Might be heading down to DR this weekend. Mo's going to go hang out. All right. Post retirement says Mo, great. Plan to drive to Laramie. We can always welcome you at Conarock. They have a few units left at Galaxy. Let's go. He's like a few units left at Galaxy. Hey, post retirement travel. You gonna tell them how much your 2-bedroom Galaxy is going for right now? Yes, Eric. We're booked solid in Margaritaville. We can't even use our own home. We ain't mad. Why didn't I get another phase 1 unit? Can't win them all. Hey, you won already, man. You and your family won already. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't have, I just have to tell people, his Margaritaville, we're talking about something you can buy for $300,000. Like I said, it's either 2017 or 2018. That's when they did the pre-construction. So imagine if you spent 300,000 and you're able to get profits into the 60, $70,000 range in less than 3 years of it being built. You're going to be around 30% return. I don't think you can bitch much with a $50,000, $60,000 return on your money because they're doing some ridiculous occupancy rate numbers. Yeah, I haven't seen anything like it. It's unreal. That track record is crazy. But you bought in the first phase, man. So you win either way. Eric, about that 5 towers project. Let's say you are lucky to be in first tower built. You can't rent until other towers are completed if you want to avoid complaints about heavy construction noise. Exactly, V Place. Exactly. Exactly. But there's something very interesting. I maybe look, this next phase, whatever they do over the next 5, 6 months, we're going to find out a lot because they started pouring on one foundation, but they were working on another 2 foundations. And I'm like, do these guys, whoever's going to build this thing, do these guys have the balls to actually try to build 5 towers at the same time or 4 towers at the same time? That would be, now that would take, you'd have to take note if they did that, because if they were able to do all 4 of the prime towers and have enough manpower to keep one level 2, 3, 4 up to 16, 17, they would get done faster than doing a standalone. So I don't know where they're going to get the workers from, but it's wishful thinking, because then things could be built in like 2.5, 3, 2028. Wake me up. All right. Then we have 4 towers up there. That would be sick, but highly unlikely. We will see. We will see from your guess. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, this is what the thing is, you can't, first of all, actually, you know what? I have to say something about guests in the DR. Um Guests who travel the DR, they are much more lenient with visiting there. I have to say this. If you look at reviews, Most of the reviews when I go to Airbnb, VRBO, even on TripAdvisor, and people stay in short-term rentals or condos, they rarely talk about the condo itself. All they usually just talk about, oh, around town was nice. It's by Coco Bongo, or it's over here in Los Corrales. It's nice. We have restaurant, bars. They rarely say anything negative about the unit itself or describe the unit. So there's a lot of leniency when people come to stay in the DR. They'll still give people a 4, 5 rating and not talk about the condition of the unit at all or say anything about the property. Oh, pool was downstairs, but that's about it. So it's very interesting because when the electricity goes off in certain parts of the country and people are visiting there, for me, I'm going to say it in the review, right? If the electricity is off for 2 days or something, and then another 2 days I'm there, it happens again for 1 day or 6 or 7 hours, and it's a normal thing. But I'm finding people don't mention nor care. So they get away with a lot of things that some people would say, well, I'm not cool. So what you're saying is you would think because of all the construction noise, right? You would think. But as it turns out, people, some people may complain. First of all, there's an exact situation happening right now at the beach in downtown Punta Cana. They got about 10 or 12 buildings done. The other 10 or 12 buildings that they're finishing, they're being worked on as we speak. So there's noise and things like that during the day. But you'll rarely see any of the reviews from people staying at the beach complaining about the noise. They'll say, oh man, the beach is beautiful, it's lovely, it's downtown, it's walking distance to Coco Bongo. They'll, it's a thing, it's unbelievable. But, you know, so that's the weirdest part. And if you know that, then you know the other factor is what EV Place said. And what I was trying to allude to. If you have people staying in a tower and they're building next door, bing, bing, bang, bang, um, so far, not too many people have actually released their units like that. Not that many people have. These towers are within the same vicinity. They're not like 200 yards down or 100 yards down. These things are within a little boxed area. So I wouldn't think that they're going to have one tower and allow people to start living there if you haven't built the other three. That would be very interesting. And then you would have to have some other infrastructure because you're nowhere near anything. You're not near the grocery store. You're not near nothing. A pool and a restaurant's not going to cut it when you're 20 minutes from town or 15 minutes from wherever you got to go to get some groceries and liquors and whatever else you need, suntan oil and all that. So there has to be something else if you're going to put people in there and still have to build. That wouldn't be very good. And I don't see too many projects that do that within these gated communities. All right. Post retirement travel. Congratulations on your investment. Exactly, man. That's a money making machine. Oh, yeah. He's been loving life. Like I said, he's made the appropriate investments. At Margaritaville College, occupancy rate is between 85% to 100%, 100% average between March through September. Oh, I see, 85 to 100, depending on the month. Between March and September, March and September is 90% or more. Wow. Oh, the new Epic Universe theme park is adding thousands of people to the area. Wow. I forgot all about that. That's got to be awesome. So they're still growing, just as if it was Vegas. Vegas is not. So Orlando is still. Mickey is still bringing them in after all these years. Well, then there you go. You have another reason so they can add the cottages or the bungalows. This is good. This is good. I am reading bad reviews at the Blue Marlin property about heavy construction noises. There we go, EV Place. I'm glad you said that. That is not good. But why is Blue Marlin? Oh, how did that happen? Are we talking about in the place you own? Because those other units were built like 2 years ago. Well, I guess they're not being forgiven for Blue Marlin. That's funny. Yeah, and at the beach as well, there's been some people saying that there's noises, but for the most part, there's a lot of projects going on, just like in Vistacana, just like at Jardines, they're building. And people, when you look at the reviews, there's hardly any reviews saying anything bad about people staying there. Blue Marlin is specific. I have to admit, that's a condo pool. That's those buildings are close. They are very, very. That compound is close. Okay, so people are complaining about the noises, but they're still staying there. Just keep that in mind. It's weird. People are still going to rent. EV Place, thank you. Trying to find another opportunity like that around Orlando or Tampa. Hey, if it's really going to be 300,000, I think there's going to be a mad rush. A mad rush. I'm going to be trying to find out before you on the weekend. I'm going to be trying to find out tomorrow. Tonight, when I hang this up, it's all over. I'm going to go find out. I got to find this out because I'm not going to miss out twice. Let's just call it what it is. There's no way I'm missing out twice. I already missed out on the first one. But guess this. Can you believe another bite at the apple? Something I took an L on. I might be able to win on this one. I like 300,000 now. I didn't like 300,000 then. I like it now. Um, Post-retirement travel. Thank you for sharing. Exactly. Thank you, man. Eric, if you have the opportunity to get a Margaritaville unit for around 300K, I can tell you, go for it. Take it to the bank. Oh no, I already told you. It's a done deal. I'll be part of the Margaritaville family because I missed out on the other one because I was doing other things. This time, I'm not doing other things, and we have a track record for I didn't even know Margarita brand that well. I just know Margaritaville and Jimmy Buffett. I didn't know that it was designed as an all inclusive and they were going to do the boats and this huge brand. I was like, 300K. Yeah, but homes were 300K back then. And you could buy all kind of things all over the place for 300K in 2017. It had to be 2017, 2016, somewhere in there. Um, Maybe even 20. Yeah, it had to be somewhere in there. It was like when I was over in Florida. So it had to be 2017, 2018, 2016, somewhere. So, but anyhow, I know the brand now. I'm familiar. So 300K at that compound, it has a track record. And it doesn't even have to do the numbers that the cottages do. It could do, the cottages can get 600 a night sometimes. I remember a couple years back, it was 600 and something a night. So as long as it does 400 and something a night, it should be good for people. So I see nothing but, yeah, it's I'm in. I'm in. That's why I'm going to try and find out. Yes, building A, B, and C ready since a few years. Building D, E, and F are getting finished. That is weird. Mo was here. If Mo's still here, Mo, um, remember there was we were somewhere and I can't remember. And you, E. White, and George's Charles, it's in Los Corrales and it's on the way out. And they had a pool there, and then they had these little munchies and they had some champagne. And you guys came, but it was almost we were just chit chatting, talking because it was almost over. That's where Blue Marlin is, if you can remember what that was. Me, the wife was there. Um, uh, what's this man? How can I forget? I'm going blank. But anyhow, me, the wife's there. You guys came. Gwen was there, And we were talking with the owner of Blue Marlin, the developer at Blue Marlin. He was there, and then they had little hors d'oeuvres and some champagne, and all they had at the time was a pool, and it was underground parking. That's Blue Marlin. So that was 2 years ago, maybe, when they just had that one section built, and now they have the other buildings that they were building at starting, or well, there was a few floors. I guess now they're finishing those. So, but it's a simple units. They're condos with a pool. I don't remember. I didn't even know about them because they were promoted before we got into it too heavily. So, but yeah, that's cool. I'll go check that out. But I'm going to end tonight's live stream. I'm not going to be on here too much longer, ladies and gentlemen, because as you know, the Americans, are you prepared? Financial independence ASAP and post-retirement travel. If you guys were here tonight, I'm hoping I know something on Friday night, so don't miss Friday night because we're going to be talking about this Margaritaville 300K bungalow. We want to know what size it is. I don't even know what the first sizes were because I can't remember. But I don't even care if it's 1,000 square feet. I don't care if it's 800 square feet. It's on Margaritaville property, and they have a cachet, the kind you like. High occupancy rates, upscale, luxury, upscale type of environment, and fun, and a loyal following. That's the key. Loyal following. They will have other investors who have previously invested jumping on this. And the new people that are waiting for something from them is going to jump on it as well. Yep, jellyfish. Oh yeah, next door on the beach. But yeah, so I'm going to wrap this up, ladies and gentlemen, unless there's something else you want to discuss, but make sure you get your financial independence play ready. You have to make investments. Don't be scared. The stock market's going to go up and down. The real estate market's on hold. But you got to make investments so you have passive income with your disposable income, that duffel bag of cash. You're going to have to use it. All right. So I'll see you guys on Friday night at 9:10 p.m., I hope. And I love you guys very much. I appreciate your support over all these years and being here tonight. Make sure you share the videos. That's very, very important. A lot of people are out here drowning and not realizing what they have to do. We talked about getting your debt resolution, getting that done without having to file bankruptcy, without going over into debt collections. Getting that done. Tracy at resolvefinance.com. The links are down below in the description box. You want to build your credit, boost your credit, or get your credit somehow repaired, then there's links down below. Smart credit monitoring system can help you. And then there's some ways to boost your credit score. Now, some of you may be in further trouble where you need additional help, whether mentally or trying to get job training at no cost and things like this. Go to findhelp.org. Findhelp.org. Put in your zip code. There's all kind of free help from nonprofit organizations. Not all are free. That's why you make phone calls. Could be for medical even. It could be for transportation. It could be for a lot of things. Go over there, check it out. Findhelp.org. All right. My man Matthew Lesko, who came here on the live stream and helped us out. He's seen him on late night TV. Let's Go Help is his group. You can pay an annual fee. Don't pay monthly, pay annual fee for like $60. And people inside there can help you get grants and funding. That's what they do. They have thousands of members in there. And they have live streams. They have all kinds of things to help people get help they need, grants, free if possible, business grants, all kinds of things that are unknown, but they know about them because they know where to look, and they've been doing this for years. So they got a lot of helpful people in that group. That's why you want to pay. Let's Go Help, LASKO help, HELP.com. Go check them out. SSN Nation all the way, ladies and gentlemen. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here. And that's why we have our live streams every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday evening. Now I do occasionally videos during the week that aren't live. So Stay tuned. We always have some. I've been resting for a while. My mind's been going on because now I'm going to be in the gas station business. It's confirmed. That's right. Finally letting me in to the gas business. The final frontier. My other lifetime starts. It's unbelievable. Like I said, there's only certain things I always wanted to do. Had to be in the winery business. Wanted to be in the oil and gas business, but it's blocked. Well, I can be in, but I wasn't going to run a store. Let's get real. I'm trying to be up with the top dogs. You know, the guys dropping the fuel, getting paid every time when you drop something. You know, I'm trying to be up there with the big boys, getting some of that free money, so to speak, passive income money. Well, there's an avenue that has opened up. They're going to let the kid in. And now all of a sudden, I'm going to do some damage. It's going to be crazy because I see some things that you can do, just ordinary child's play type stuff that I never knew existed. I'm just like, oh my God, if I'd have known this. And don't start sending me a list. Okay, let me give you guys one example. I just saw a list. So you guys, I'll reiterate, a gas station. Not everybody that is at a gas station, they own the whole station. It's two things. You can own the station as the owner, and then you rent out the convenience store portion. So we're talking about renting out the convenience store portion because in this way you don't have to worry about the tanks. You don't have to worry about the tanks underground, the fuel pumps. The owner has to fix those if something happens. So that eliminates liability for that. But can you believe I just saw a list yesterday? 800 convenience stores that can be purchased. When I say some crazy number, wholesale 50 grand. Listen to what I said, wholesale and then resell. Can you believe that's crazy? So what I'm going to equate this to, we're talking about Margaritaville, the $300,000 unit, right? What if Margaritaville had investors, which they do? But let's just, for my example, the investors, Margaritaville tells the initial investors, hey, we have 200 units, and since you're friends of ours, you guys can buy these for $150,000. But Margaritaville says, but we're going to sell these to the open public for 300,000, so you're going to make 150,000 doing nothing except that first investment. But we're going to sell these for 300. You know who else does this? Noval does this. Just saying. All right, in DR. That's what we're talking about here. They done let me found out about that. I found out about that. Now we got something to deal with here. We got a program. So there's several offshoots of this, but I'm working on some things right now. And you guys know I like doing it big once I figure out my little ins. And then when they started talking to me after, I already figured it out over the weekend because these guys kept buying these gas stations too fast. Because I was like, because he just told me I got 5 stations like 2 weeks ago. Then he's like, well, I just got, I don't remember, 3 more stations, which was last week. So 2 weeks, 7 stations. So I'm like, hold on, man, we got to talk. So that's when he said, I'll see you on the 3rd. I was like, all right, man, because something's not adding up. So then I figured there's only one way you can do this. You have to have a broker. You have to have a real estate agent. You have to have a commercial broker or something that has them in-house because that's the only way you can have these numbers. So then when he starts saying, oh, yeah, I have a broker worldwide, I said, of course. I already know. I'm already ahead because I'm thinking what I would do. And there's more than what I would do. Remember, I'm always doing the game changing stuff, even though there may be nothing new under the sun, because this is easy child's play. But don't let me in. We'll see how far we go down the hole. But allegedly, I'm supposed to be in, and I'll let you guys know about the first deal that comes up sometime in the next 7 to 10 days, I'm sure. All right. Oh, yep. Here we go. Here we go. I got some financials. 5 units. Financials. All right. So it begins. I don't even know. I can't show you guys because I think these are confidential. Yeah, these are confidential. So, but I can give numbers because numbers is basic business structure, right? You're the CEO of your life. You have to have basic business structures. Here, let me do one. Here, I'll do one right now. Let me see. Okay. Sales 1.25, merchandise 30% margin. Okay, simple enough. That's profit. So we got $375,000 for merchandise sales the previous 12 months. Not bad. Not bad at all. That's the profit. We have ATM, we have lottery, we have fees and rebate, and we have, air and vac. Okay. So all of that is $412,200. Okay. That's profit, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Now, let's see. We're missing something. Hold on. Wow. Wow. It's doing 75,000. No, 675,000. Wow. Gallons. There's a kickback on gallons. Yes, there's commission, small. But now we're up to $580,000 gross. After all is said and done, what do we have? After you pay off all of these expenses, you have a simple 100. Is it 195? 195,000 left over, and that includes employees and everything. So you got 195,000 done, free and clear. I don't get excited that much. Not excited, but 195. If you had 195, what would you buy this for? What would somebody sell it for? In the real estate game or in the business game, generally I always do 10 times. 195,000 means you got to sell it for 1.9, right? Or you can do 9 times, 11 times, whatever. It's going to be in the 1.5 to 2.5 depending on who the people are. If you're in California, they're going to do a 4 cap. They're going to do a 4 or 5% cap. That's like, so in order to do that, that means you know, 2 mil, 2.5 mil in California, this would sell for if it was a normal business, right? Uh, so clearly, what, 900,000, a mil, let's call it, because it's just a gas station. Um, so you understand that there's some value here because we can go something like, what if we said you can have this for $350,000? Would that be a deal? $350,000 absentee owner, you make 198,000. They take the risk from now on. So what if I said, give me 350 What if I buy it for 50? That's 300 G's. I love the oil business. All right. We're going to be in, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned. Also, let me see those five. I didn't look at it, but there's five. They come up to 1 point. If I'm not, well, I looked at something else, but this isn't the 1.5 one. I think this is like 1.2, 1.1 for all five is your profit. So you can see where this goes, ladies and gentlemen. Insider trading is always profitable. Legal inside trading is always possible. All right. Well, I'm going to wrap it up. You guys stay tuned because this is crazy, easy stuff, right? To do. It's investment 101 in reality, but you would not be able to do what I just mentioned. It's only because I know this person in the oil business and they have that deal that we can make this type of money. If I didn't know these guys, right, I could never get in the oil business. You know, they'd be like, one, what's this 20-some-year-old dude trying to be in the oil business for? We don't know him. So they're like, I'm sorry, we can't let you in this game. We make too much money around here. We can't let you make this type of money. But after all my lifetime, another lifetime comes and I get to be in the oil business. The winery business was the same way. When I was in my 20s, they were like, what? You can't be in the wine business. No, you don't have you're going to buy a vineyard. No, stop. No, I'm not. It was crazy. But then I got the opportunity of a lifetime in Lodi to get in the wine business, be an investor. So that was cool. Um, so anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. We got another ride to do. We got gas station stuff. We have Margaritaville to talk about on Friday night. We'll have the numbers. We'll know before then. And we'll have post-retirement travel actually driving to the scene of the next financial crime. And what do I mean? Because we're going to be stealing money because anybody that can buy one of these Margaritaville bungalows at 300K, 330K, it's going to be a winner. They have a track record all over the world. So just keep that in mind. And with all that said, ladies and gentlemen, make sure, keep calm, stay calm. A lot of people are stressed and under duress. But just keep in mind, everybody doesn't have a good day. Some people do. But we want you to have a good day always and keep your family and loved ones safe. And with all that said, keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm